Today we're comparing two of the bigger, more affordable tablets out there, the new Redmi Pad Pro and the Lenovo Tab P12. I think after this video it's going to be pretty obvious which one is the better option, but let's go ahead and get started. The price of these two are somewhat similar, right around $300 in the United States. The Tab P12 that I have includes the Tab Pen Plus and can also be bundled with their official keyboard. I don't believe there's a bundle for the Redmi Pad Pro in the United States. There might be in other countries though, because they have their Smart Pen and official keyboard as well. Storage options are pretty similar at 128 or 256 gigabytes. You can also expand the storage using a micro SD card for both. You also have 8 gigabytes of RAM for both tablets as well. As far as the screen goes, both have a pretty large IPS LCD display. You've got a 12.1 inch for the Redmi Pad Pro at 1600 by 2560 resolution versus a little larger 12.7 inch at 1840 by 2944 resolution. Now I thought the Redmi Pad Pro was pretty large, but then you put it next to the Tab P12 and then it's like, wow, that Lenovo tab is pretty large. One advantage for the Redmi Pad Pro is it can go up to 120 Hz refresh rate versus only 60 for the Tab P12. To me, I feel like the screen quality might be just a tad better on the Redmi Pad Pro, but it's fairly close. They've got very similar viewing angles. The brightness is very similar as well. The Redmi Pad might just be a hair brighter, and they both look pretty nice for tablets in this category. I ran the same battery drain test on both tablets at 100% screen brightness, and the Redmi Pad Pro lasted about 6 hours versus only 5 hours for the Tab P12. So plenty of power to last a day or two with mixed usage, even longer if you turn the screen brightness down. You've got 30 watt fast charging with Lenovo, 33 watt fast charging with the Redmi Pad Pro. But if you want the tablet with better battery life, I would go with the Redmi Pad Pro. As far as software goes, the Tab P12 has been updated to Android 14, ZUI 16, while the Redmi Pad Pro launched with Android 14, Xiaomi HyperOS software. So things are going to look a little bit different, but there's also some things that actually look pretty similar. The shortcuts and control center is somewhat similar. You just have it up in the corner on the Redmi Pad versus in the notification area for Lenovo. I do like it that you can turn the volume up and down right up in the control center or shortcut notification area, sort of like what you would see on an iPad. You've also got Google Discover left of the home screen for the Redmi Pad versus Google Entertainment Space for Lenovo. Also on the Tab P12, you've got PC mode, which is somewhat similar to Samsung DeX to be a little more productive. Unfortunately, you don't have the Workstation feature on the Redmi Pad Pro like on some of the other Xiaomi tablets. You also have the taskbar on the Tab P12, so you can switch between apps quickly. One advantage you have with the Tab P12 is you have the fingerprint scanner, which to me is always nice to have. There's no fingerprint scanner with the Redmi Pad Pro. Now the Tab P12 that I have came with the pen included, where the Redmi Pad Pro didn't, so I can't really compare those on which is better for drawing, taking notes, or that sort of thing. But the Tab Pen Plus from Lenovo is actually really nice to have. Feels pretty responsive in my testing. Is probably not quite as good as the S Pen from Samsung, but still much better than a capacitive stylus for tablets that don't come with a pen. As far as which one will get longer software support, it's going to be fairly close. The Redmi Pad Pro gets 2 years software, 3 years security updates, where Lenovo also gets 2 years software, but then 4 years security updates. At least from what I've seen online. Keep in mind, sometimes that changes over time. Performance-wise, these two are really close. You've got the MediaTek Dimensity 7050 processor in the Tab P12, Snapdragon 7S Gen 2 in the Redmi Pad Pro. The Redmi Pad is a little better on single and multi-core scores, but the Tab P12 has a little better GPU performance. Overall though, they feel very similar as far as how fast or smooth they are in most cases. Gaming is also fairly smooth on both tablets, while playing PUBG Mobile and Asphalt 9. I don't think you can go wrong with either, so you can definitely do some light gaming regardless of which tablet you go with. Nice thing is you've got 2 speakers on each side. The Tab P12 though does sound a little bit better to my ears, especially if you turn on Dolby Atmos. One advantage for the Redmi Pad is you have a headphone jack, where you don't get that with the Tab P12. But here's a quick sample of each just to give you an idea of what to expect.
But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away.
As far as the cameras, you've got an 8 megapixel lens on the back for both, a little higher resolution 13 megapixel on the front of Lenovo, 8 megapixel on the front of the Redmi Pad, and then you can shoot up to 1080p, 30 frames per second for video recording on both tablets. Video and photo quality actually seems pretty decent, at least for tablets in this category. So I think you could use either for Zoom meetings or other video conference calls if you need to. But as you can see, there's going to be pros and cons to each tablet, and it may come down to personal preference. But overall, they're fairly close. If you still like the idea of a headphone jack and the higher refresh rate, the Redmi Pad's probably going to be the better option. But with Lenovo, you have the pen included, and there's extra software things like PC mode and the taskbar. So some may prefer that with Lenovo. I know I've got quite a few more comparisons to do with the Redmi Pad Pro, so you'll want to keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.